Hi, everybody. I am Michelle Espinosa. You may know me as Lady Stars and Fire. This is the weekly healing messages for October 10th through the 17th. I call them the healing messages because basically I give a little bit of astrology, a little bit of information I get from spirit, and then I also pull the runes. And the runes is where I directly ask for additional healing information. Before I go any further, I apologize for my voice. I've been fighting the flu, so I've been trying to overcome that, and I just got my voice back. So I'm sorry if I'm a little cracking from time to time with my voice. But anyway, back to this week's messages. I usually give us a little bit of astrology first, or spirit first, but I'm being directed, period, to like the end of the week to start off with, because this week is going to be all about building energy that's going to be building all week up to the full moon. And the full moon is on the 16th, on Sunday, this coming Sunday. But I'm being told that this energy is going to be building all week, and it's going to be a bit emotional, but that it's going to be okay. I'm being told to make sure that you stay grounded. Ground yourself right now. Stay focused and grounded in a very plain, grounded, centered, centered's the word I'm looking for, centered place right now, because you need to stay centered. Because I'm being told by spirit, as we approach the full moon and all of the different energy that's going to be coming in through astrology and whatnot, that it is going to be a little bit emotional. And it is about surrendering to the truths that you're going to start to find that's coming your way. I'm also being told it's about finding your true self, the true desire of what it is you wish to be, what you want to become, where you want to go, versus a little bit of shadow. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, and that kind of goes with the full moon anyway, but this is going to be a little bit of a harder smack in that area. And what I mean by that is you're definitely going to be reminded of some things from the past that you might have some resentment about. You might still have a little bit of toil and trouble dealing with. But that's because you need to see that in order to focus yourself correctly into what it is you want to become now, or where you're wanting to go. I'm also being told elephant and strength and compassion go together. Strength and compassion go together, as well as harmony and healing go together. Harmony and healing, strength and compassion. But I'm also being told with that true self versus shadow, what you're going to be dealing with is vulnerability versus personal authority. Your own personal authority versus vulnerability. This kind of comes in the area of selflessness, selfishness, and is there sabotage in between? You're going to be seeing this, or where maybe in the past you have allowed yourself to have self-sabotage. The point is to see this so that you can make those new beginnings and new starts start to happen, because that's what the full moon's all about. The full moon is all about showing us what needs to change. It's bringing it into light so that we can make those changes and start anew. And so we're really going in that direction. Now, I'm also being told, because I'm being pulled right now in my root and my sacral chakra, that it's going to be dealing with, obviously people who would fall within those chakras. But usually that's any kind of relationship and of this life or even past lives of some form, because that's where we carry our relationships versus, are we secure? Are we secure as people in our own bodies? Are we feeling secure in our own life? Do we feel we have security? Are we feeling safe? So these are areas that might be being triggered as we come into this full moon. And it's not saying that you're not safe now. It's saying, but we're showing you where these areas appeared in your life before. So maybe you can learn that lesson and help yourself steer in the right direction now. Now, with that being said, I'm also being given lavender. I'm being given the scent of lavender, which for me usually is healing more than protective or purification, but it can be. But I'm also getting it with berries. So I'm going to let you see where that takes you for your own self. Because berries has a couple different meanings for me. And I just know I'm getting a mixture of the two. And I'm being told basically to say that now. So I don't know what that would mean necessarily for you. Anyway, going back to the full moon itself, this is what you need to know. The full moon is happening in Aries with a void, of course, to Taurus. Aries is bold. It is impulsive. It gives you that me first energy. And me first energy is good because we need to think of ourselves. It's the very first sign of the zodiac, and it tells us it's a starting point. It's a beginning point. So it's good to channel that me first energy because you're channeling what you want to happen in your life. Just we want to make sure we don't take it into ego driven. That's all. Then it also has a void of course. I'm sorry, my voice. Avoid, of course, to Taurus. And so that's also going to bring in a little bit of that solid and sensual energy at the same time. But we can also be bullheaded when we have Taurus around. So we're wanting to create that beautiful life. And we're very solid and we're sensual. But we can be bullheaded about it. But in a sense, bullheadedness can be a good thing when you're pushing for that me first energy to start those new beginnings. That Aries is the energy that, like, even the shyest aren't afraid to speak up. It's the time where you're bold, you're impulsive, you're not afraid to stand up for yourself. And that's what you want. Just make sure your bullheadedness isn't taking you into completely ego stuff that's out there that's just absolutely absurd. You know, outside of that, you'd be fine. Because it's a great time for those new starts. But this is where it might be sinking in for you to understand where that energy is building all week. See, because anytime there's a full moon, what is going on, most people understand in the sky, is according to the zodiac, the moon is in one place and the sun is in another, or vice versa. And they're kind of like straight across from each other. So that's what we call an opposition. They're not really getting along. They're kind of like, let me look at each other. And we can be a little bit difficult with each other at this point. And this is why during that full moon, you get so emotional and all that stuff comes up. Because sun is all about your shine. Moon is all about your emotions. It's your now versus your emotions. They make each other see each other. Now, that's what most people know and we understand. But where these two are taking place during this full moon is the important part. See, because the moon is in Aries. Like I said, it's a great starting point. But the moon is all about our emotions. The moon is in Aries, which is all bold, impulsive, me first energy. It's where you're ready to start new. You're ready to just go after it. You're not exactly good at patience. You're not exactly good at, in order for them to get to A to C, you kind of need to go to B. You just want to end up at C. You want to get there as quick as possible without necessarily following through with some stuff. And that's where that might fizzle out and cause some problems. But with Aries energy, you've got your emotions and Aries energy, which is all bold, all impulsive, all let's go. Let's go. I'm creating this now. And we have Uranus there and Eris there. This is why I'm going into it, starting kind of like backwards, moving forward. starting at the end of the week and then kind of going backwards to talk you through the week. Because the moon, like I said, the moon is in Aries with Uranus, and Eris. Uranus is all about your independence, your freedom. It's all about your inventive energy. But Eris is all about, it's like you're still ticked off warrior, basically. It's the warrior who still holds resentment. It's the warrior who still is stuck in toil and trouble and frustration and is still mad, still holds on to that fury. So you've got that resentment, that fury, that trouble and toil energy that's in the background of you, kind of speaking to your independence, which can be a good thing, because maybe it's making you stand up for yourself. Maybe it's starting to make you see where you didn't have self-worth before. Maybe it's letting you see where you let things get away from you, where you lost control, where you lost your power, where you let people walk all over you before. Maybe you're starting to see where this happened before, and Eris is going to bring that up, and she's going to be bringing it up, speaking with Uranus, through that inventive energy, through that inventive as well as independent energy. And the moon is there. So she's going to be, all of them are going to be emotionally going, remember, but directly across the sky, this is where it gets good. Because directly across the sky, we have Libra. Libra is like on everybody's conversational list right now. Libra has the sun in it. It has Mercury in it. It has Jupiter in it. It has Haumea, and it has Maki in it. And this is all about, because Libra is all about how can we make peace and harmony and balance within our life. How can we make it? Didn't say that we have it. It's showing us how we go about making it. That's what Libra is all about. As well as in all relationships of our life, period. Our relationships with our loved ones, our family, our friends, our work environment, our money. Anything that you care about is a relationship to you. And that includes yourself. That's the key there. Because Libra also has to talk about yourself. Because Libras have that tendency to be a little bit selfish to make sure, well, I am wanting balance for myself. I am wanting harmony for myself. So it's not just outwardly. It is outwardly, but it's also inwardly. It's talking about balance on all scales. What is good for you in your life, as well as outwardly. Now, like I said, we've got Jupiter there, which is bringing in higher knowledge. It is also bringing in abundance and growth, because Jupiter is just going to spread like wildfire. We've got the sun there, which is our creator, not our creator, it's our executive director, more or less. It is our shine. It is our now energy. It's what we want to be known for, how we want to be seen, and we want to be acknowledged as. And then we have Mercury, which is telling us how to communicate. But those two other planets is telling us how to harvest it, how to bring all of this energy into creating that balance so you can fill it with Jupiter's abundance. And you can grow into that in all areas of your life, starting with yourself, as well as your finances and your friendship and your relationships in all areas. But it's going to show you, where those aren't working. And that's why across the sky, those areas that are going to be going is important right now. This is why I've been saying for the last week to 2 weeks that these 2 weeks are highly important, because you've got your full moon and then you're going to be coming into your new moon. And we've got this energy going on directly across the sky with all of these dwarf planets. They're sitting there basically saying, like I said before, like I said last week, Libra don't make Don't make the mistake of selling out what it is you want, what you truly want in this world, what is important to you in this life, what you're trying to create, your goals, your desires, what is in here of what you want to have for the rest of your life. Do not sell out for now. If it does not match what you were trying to go towards, do not sell out for fake harmony now, because it will make you double back to work for it. This is those 2 weeks where you're setting that energy for Jupiter work all the year that it's going to be in Libra. Don't make the mistake of setting that energy incorrectly. Don't sell yourself out for fake happiness and balance and harmony now, because you're living a false happiness. Don't sell yourself short. If it's not what you truly want right now, do not back down. Stand up for what it is you want. That's why we've got the moon in Aries. This didn't happen on accident. This stuff is meant to help you move forward, and it's excellent for it. But you've got to know, these are the keys. If you sell out right now, you're going to double back and have to work twice as hard to get caught up, because Jupiter is going to make that abundance grow, that higher learning grow, and you don't want it to grow into fake balance and harmony. Like I said, you've got Haumea, which is all about harvesting. It's all about cropping. It's all about being fertile. It's all about, bringing that up and into the seasons and making it happen. And Maki Maki is all about evolving, period. Evolving out of whatever it is that you know now. So this is those 2 weeks. Don't make that mistake right now. These 2 weeks, the last thing you want to do is sell out for what it is you don't want. Don't sell out for, I'm just gonna make do. No. You don't have to make do, baby. You can have everything you want in your life, but you got to stick to your guns. You can still do that with strength and compassion. You can still do that with harmony and healing coming into your life. And you can be vulnerable, because you can love others, but you also have the authority to love yourself and say, no, it's that simple. Now, with that being said, because that is on, all this energy is building up for this during the week. You're going to be feeling this throughout the week. But on top of that, we're starting out Sunday and Monday in Capricorn. Monday, we feel organized. We are practical. We are methodical. We're all about our goals and establishing rules in general. Tuesday and Wednesday, we are in Aquarius. We feel rebellious. We're up for those abrupt changes. We want to try different things. We're all about our freedom and our individuality. On Thursday and Friday, we move into Pisces. This is the moon, not we. The moon moves into that altered state of reality. That's how we feel on Thursday and Friday when we enter Pisces, or the moon enters Pisces. We kind of get into that, I want to crave that trance-like state, that way of escape. Into prayer, into meditation, into sleep, into, for some people, that's partying, that's alcohol and drugs. We want that trance-like state. We want to escape from reality. We are impressionable when we're in Pisces, when the moon is in Pisces. We're impressionable, we're spiritual, and we're compassionate. So we can also be fooled. Our boundaries are very thin when we are in Pisces. So that's good to know, because right after that, we're moving into Aries and then the full moon. So, like I said, as we're coming into this whole week, it's like we're planning this whole great big emotional change for ourselves and the world we are creating for ourselves. And that's a good thing. I mean, we're leading up to that boldness and ready to take on and change everything. It's a very good thing coming our way. But like I said, you're being told to stay grounded. You're being told that some of these areas are going to deal with your root chakra and your sacral chakra, as well as your solar plexus. But really, it's going to be those imbalances in there that are going to be making you face yourself. Face the truths so you can unblock your problems that you have had in the past. So you're looking at the truths that you may not want to admit to yourself, which is shadow self. We're learning how to be vulnerable and have authority at the same time. We're learning where that how you be selfless versus selfish in the right way without creating sabotage. But we're going to learn this by being reminded where maybe we have created self-sabotage in the past. Now, as far as the runes go, the runes were very quick to speak this week because they just basically jumped right in my lap. Starting off with Algiz. And it's coming in Mogul Stone, which is your grounding stone. It is your empath stone. It is also great for creative energy. Algiz is protection. It is the twins. It is air. It focuses on the world of spirit. It can point to strong psychic defenses or for the need of them. It indicates the presence of the guiding energies or protection of protective beings of spirit and self. That was thrown at me 3 times by 3 different runes. So that one and Burkina both was thrown at me 3 times before I even started looking for them. So I knew that those 2 were going to be in it, and it's highly important this week. But outside of that, Algiz is also the rune of protection and the bridge of the unseen world. It can often reveal harsh or difficult experiences which we have to learn those very powerful lessons. Point blank. It reveals harsh and difficult experiences where we have had to learn, or we are learning powerful lessons. It is the principle of divine connection. It is expansion of our consciousness, the self as the channel itself, the higher energies, mystical connection with our own soul self, our transcendent being crossing the rainbow bridge, embracing guiding and protective energies, projecting spirit essence into the external environment, projecting spiritual essences into the external environment, the practice of magical and spiritual craft, awakening of the higher being and the rite of passage. It is also the warrior to the shaman and the powerful spirit guide. This is about not just being protected by spirit, but this is starting to come into that evolving and moving up into understanding spirit. And that doesn't just mean spirit. That means your spirit. That means moving up into what your higher self is, your true spirit. It is your expansion of your own consciousness. It is the connection to your own soul self. This is yourself being the channel. And in order for yourself to be the channel, a lot of times we have to be revealed. We have to have those reveal of those harsh, difficult experiences have to be revealed to us for that powerful lesson to be learned. Now, with that being said, I'm going to go to the next one, which is Burkina, because these 2 just was like, hello, pay attention to me. They were throwing themselves in my lap as I was trying to throw them down. Burkina is also coming, because the first ones that they came in is why I gave them, because they kept throwing themselves in my lap, but the first ones is the ones I chose. That is coming in Mogul Stone as well. Burkina is the birch tree. It is fertility. It is beginnings. It is earth. It is the world, tree, plant, and forest. It points to women, women's issues, as well as female mysteries. The beginnings from fertility. The beginnings from within fertility. It is the magic of the goddess itself at work. Burkina can indicate the presence of powerful women within your life, or maybe bringing powerful women into your life. Or it could be telling you the need to contact powerful women within your life. We move, but Burkina, and I've been being told this over and over and over again, we move slowly as we learn. Plain and simple. We move slowly as we learn. We don't just, I figured it out and moved forward in my life. This is what is coming out of my book from the things that I when I got Burkina, I got all the information from my runes, and I wrote my book myself. One of those things is we move slowly as we learn. Now, in my shamanic journeys, I keep being directed as I'm going into healing things, learning lessons of healing, what they keep showing me, because it's something that I can understand, which means the same thing here. And it does not mean, because I said it earlier this week on Facebook, you may not be Christian, you may not believe in the Bible or any of that, and that's fine. I'm not saying that you should or you shouldn't. That's not my job. I'm saying the story is that, remember, the Israelites were sent into the desert for 40 years. 40 years. Divine growth happens slowly, is what I'm trying to say here. Doesn't matter if you believe in Jesus, doesn't matter if you believe in the Bible. It's an example. Divine growth happens slowly. We move slowly through our learning, and as we grow. This is what Burkina means. It is the principle of fertility for new life, release from a period of gestation, preparation for new starts, new beginnings, based off of old patterns. It is growth through carrying the rebirth into the hero. Growth through carrying that very rebirth into the hero. It is exorcism of what is no longer germane within your life. It is moving into the magical craft of your own personal power. Now, next thing is Tawaz. Tawaz is a part of the healing. You can't really even see it. There you go with the arrow. Tawaz is a part of the healing, and I'm guessing it has to do with coming to terms with it, because as I got it, my head feels like it's on fire. So I'm assuming it has to do with your upper chakras and coming to terms with that so that you're moving forward. Tawaz is the god, the sky, the polar star, order, air, mineral world. It is honor, it is justice, it is leadership, it is analysis, and it is rationality. It focuses on matters of adherence, principle, victory through wisdom, social order, and justice. Points to the needs for seasoned approaches. Indicates the pursuit of ESP, scientific one's process of analysis. Indicates the presence of a strong man, or it can be a weak man who tries to control others, and therefore he thinks he is a strong man. This is also about social order, law, justice, the polar star, personal sacrifices, notion of our own independence, the order of existence in which it is that all people belong. It is cooperating with the division of separate working units, loyalty, faith, principle, necessary protocol. It is the oath taking, analysis, methods, courage, planning, precision. But it can also be military action, victory in battle itself, service, is service to the greater needs, the warrior for the social cause. This is also going to be dealing with, making the correct movements in your life. Like I said, don't sell out now. It's all about standing up for what is right, but also having to admit where you've been wrong. It's being a mature adult and having to own what you did so that you can move up and evolve, so that you can find righteousness in who and what it is that you are and you're trying to be. It's that simple. But in order to do that, you got to be honest with you. And lastly, but definitely not least, because they had a lot to say, was a wise. And that is coming in unconditional love, love of self, love of others. It is the horse, the twins, the partnership. It is the animal world. Points towards teamwork, cooperating, working in harmony, shared endeavors, union, erotica, coupling, are all of its focuses. It indicates the presence of a partner, a spouse, or a state of marriage. And again, whenever I say this, I do not mean just marriage with your partner. This could be marriage with your family. This could be marriage with, being responsible to your job. This is a marriage situation, a partner situation, a teamwork situation. Partnerships, cooperation, union, the horse and the rider. Partners give and take. Adjustments and the needs of others. Meanings of joint efforts, teamwork, running in tandem, harmony, active bonding. But it can also be coupling, erotica, and it can actually be marriage. Attraction of opposites, respecting of differences. Female side of active balance meets male side. It can also be a vehicle over otherworldly journeys. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and it's going to be a very emotional one, but I think it's going to be a good one to move us into a better way. And like you said, these 2 weeks are very crucial, so don't sell yourself out, baby. You deserve everything that you want. Hugs and kisses in the wind, and I'll see you next week. Bye.